Trauma is an experience that overwhelms our capacity to cope. It shakes the very foundation of our emotional and psychological stability, leaving us feeling vulnerable and exposed. It is not just about the event itself, but how it is processed and integrated into our understanding of the world. The way we perceive and internalize these events can vary greatly from person to person. Trauma can result from a single, catastrophic event, like a car accident or natural disaster. These sudden, unexpected incidents can leave lasting scars on our psyche. It can also stem from ongoing exposure to abuse, neglect, or violence. Chronic trauma, such as living in a war zone or enduring long-term domestic abuse, can be equally, if not more, damaging. Trauma is not a sign of weakness. It is a testament to the human condition and our inherent vulnerability to life's unpredictable nature. It is a normal human response to extraordinary circumstances. Our bodies and minds react in ways that are meant to protect us, even if those reactions sometimes seem overwhelming or irrational. Understanding the nature of trauma, its various forms, and its profound effects is essential for fostering empathy, promoting healing, and creating a more compassionate society. Education and awareness can help break the stigma surrounding trauma and mental health. Trauma is often accompanied by intense feelings of fear, helplessness, and horror. These emotions can be triggered by reminders of the traumatic event, making it difficult to move forward. These feelings can be so overwhelming that they disrupt our ability to function in daily life. Simple tasks can become monumental challenges, and the world can feel like an unsafe place. The impact of trauma can be far-reaching, affecting our physical health, emotional well-being, relationships, and overall sense of self. It can lead to issues such as anxiety, depression, and even physical ailments. Recognizing the signs and symptoms of trauma is crucial for seeking appropriate support and embarking on a journey of recovery. Early intervention can make a significant difference in the healing process. It is important to remember that healing from trauma is possible, and with the right resources and support, individuals can reclaim their lives and thrive. Recovery is a journey, and every step forward is a testament to resilience and strength. Acute trauma results from exposure to a single, terrifying event. This could be a natural disaster, a serious accident, a violent crime, or a sudden loss of a loved one. These experiences are often unexpected and uncontrollable, leaving individuals feeling powerless and vulnerable. The impact of acute trauma can be immediate and intense. Individuals may experience a range of physical, emotional, and cognitive symptoms, including flashbacks, nightmares, anxiety, and difficulty concentrating. The severity of acute trauma can vary depending on the nature of the event and the individual's prior experiences and coping mechanisms. Some individuals may experience short-term distress that gradually subsides over time, while others may develop more persistent symptoms such as post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. It is essential to recognize that there is no right or wrong way to respond to acute trauma. Seeking professional help can provide individuals with the support and tools they need to process the event, manage their symptoms, and begin the healing process. Chronic trauma refers to the experience of repeated or prolonged exposure to traumatic events. This type of trauma is not just a one-time occurrence, but a series of distressing events that can deeply affect an individual over time. This can include childhood abuse or neglect, domestic violence, and other forms of sustained maltreatment. Living in a war zone, where the threat of violence is constant, is another example of chronic trauma. Additionally, enduring ongoing bullying or harassment, whether in school, the workplace, or other environments, can contribute to chronic trauma. Unlike acute trauma, which involves a single, isolated event, chronic trauma unfolds over an extended period, often during crucial developmental stages. This prolonged exposure can shape an individual's worldview and self-perception. The cumulative impact of chronic trauma can have severe and long-lasting effects on an individual's physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. It can lead to a range of health issues, both mental and physical. The constant state of stress and fear can alter brain development, disrupt attachment patterns, and lead to a pervasive sense of danger and distrust. This can make it difficult for individuals to feel safe and secure in their environments. Individuals who have experienced chronic trauma may struggle with emotional regulation, impulse control, and forming healthy relationships. They might find it challenging to connect with others and maintain stable relationships. They may also experience a range of mental health challenges such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, and substance abuse. These issues can further complicate their ability to lead fulfilling lives. Healing from chronic trauma requires a multifaceted approach that addresses the complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors. It is not a simple or quick process, but with the right support, recovery is possible. Trauma-informed therapy, support groups, and self-care practices can empower individuals to process their experiences, develop coping mechanisms, and rebuild their lives. These resources provide a foundation for healing and growth, helping individuals to reclaim their sense of self and well-being. Section 4. Complex trauma. The impact of multiple traumatic experiences. This section delves into the profound and often devastating effects that multiple traumatic experiences can have on an individual. Complex trauma arises from exposure to multiple, often interconnected, traumatic events. These events can be deeply distressing and leave lasting scars on a person's psyche. These events are typically invasive, interpersonal in nature, and occur during critical developmental periods, such as childhood or adolescence. During these formative years, the impact of trauma can be particularly severe, shaping the way individuals perceive themselves and the world around them. Examples of complex trauma include childhood sexual or physical abuse, witnessing domestic violence, and other forms of severe mistreatment, and experiencing neglect or emotional abuse. These experiences can leave children feeling isolated, unloved, and unworthy, which can have long-term effects on their mental health and well-being. The impact of complex trauma is pervasive and multifaceted. It can affect every aspect of a person's life, from their emotional well-being to their physical health. It affects an individual's sense of self, their relationships with others, and their ability to navigate the world safely and securely. Trust issues and a constant sense of danger can become a part of their daily reality. Survivors often find it challenging to feel safe, even in seemingly secure environments. Their hypervigilance can lead to chronic stress and anxiety. Survivors of complex trauma often struggle with emotional regulation, self-worth, and forming healthy attachments. They may find it difficult to trust others or to believe in their own value. The effects of complex trauma can manifest in various ways, including chronic pain, autoimmune disorders, addiction, and mental health challenges. Survivors may experience flashbacks, nightmares, dissociation, and difficulty regulating their emotions. These symptoms can be debilitating and interfere with daily functioning, and difficulty regulating their emotions. Emotional outbursts and a constant sense of unease can make it hard for survivors to maintain relationships and hold down jobs. Addressing complex trauma requires specialized therapeutic interventions that focus on building trust, fostering safety, and processing traumatic memories. Therapy can provide a safe space for survivors to explore their experiences and begin the healing process. Trauma-informed care recognizes the profound impact of these experiences and provides a framework for understanding and supporting survivors on their path to healing and recovery. With the right support, survivors can rebuild their lives and find a sense of peace and security. Section 5. The physical manifestations of trauma. Trauma is not just a psychological experience, it also has profound effects on our physical health. When we experience a traumatic event, our bodies go into survival mode, activating the fight or flight response. This response triggers a cascade of physiological changes designed to help us cope with immediate danger. However, when trauma is chronic or unresolved, our bodies can remain in a heightened state of arousal, leading to a range of physical health problems. Chronic stress can weaken the immune system, making us more susceptible to infections and illnesses. Trauma can also contribute to chronic pain, digestive issues, sleep disturbances, and cardiovascular problems. Studies have shown a strong correlation between trauma and chronic diseases such as heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and autoimmune disorders. Understanding the link between trauma and physical health is essential for providing comprehensive care to trauma survivors. Addressing the physical symptoms of trauma alongside the psychological and emotional impact is crucial for promoting holistic healing and well-being. Like and subscribe for more related content.